Mr. President, members of the Security Council, I would like to draw your attention now to the situation of Camp Ashraf, which remains a matter of great concern. The government of Iraq has asked the United Nations to help facilitate a peaceful and durable solution to this matter, and we are making an exhaustive effort to do so. We believe that such a solution is possible. However, the positions of the government of Iraq and the Camp Ashraf residents and their leadership still remain far apart. The government of Iraq repeatedly emphasized its intention to close down the camp by December 31st this year and to transfer its residents to another location until countries are found outside Iraq where they can resettle. This deadline is fast approaching. The position of Camp Ashraf residents to remain in the camp until countries are found to receive them is to remain in the camp until countries are found to receive them. They still do not agree to be transferred to a new location outside the camp without the protection of blue helmets. I am pleased by the progress made so far and by the government of Iraq's agreement to give UNHCR the role it has under its mandate. The government of Iraq is also committed to the principle of non-refoulement and gave assurances to the Secretary General of its commitment to find a peaceful solution. There is, however, a real danger of confrontation and even violence unless a mutually accepted solution is found. We are calling on all concerned, therefore, to act with restraint and flexibility to ensure that such a peaceful solution can be found. The UN's efforts are being led on the grounds by UNAMI and UNHCR. These have intensified in recent weeks in the context of a working group in Camp Ashraf, meeting frequently with the government of Iraq. UNAMI also continues its regular visits to Camp Ashraf, the most recent of which took place this past weekend. These visits provide the opportunity to listen to the concerns of the residents and to brief them on their proposals being discussed. The Secretary General has spoken personally to Prime Minister Maliki to appeal for flexibility and full support for UN's efforts to facilitate this peaceful solution. The government has assured that it seeks. He has asked me to attach the highest priority to this case. In trying to facilitate a solution, we are emphasizing a number of important points. First, that lives are at stake and must be protected. The government has a responsibility to ensure the safety, security, and welfare of the residents. Any forced action that results in bloodshed or loss of lives would be both ill-advised and unacceptable. Second, we believe that any workable solution must be acceptable to both the government of Iraq and to the residents of Camp Ashraf. A solution must respect Iraqi sovereignty on the one hand and applicable international humanitarian, human rights and refugee law on the other hand. Third, a solution must also respect the principle of non-refoulement. No resident of Camp Ashraf should be returned to his or her home country without consent. While some progress has been made in our latest discussions in Baghdad, many obstacles remain to arriving at a plan that would meet the concerns and requirements of all concerned. Subject to all conditions being met, UNHCR is ready to begin the verification and interviews for the purposes of refugee status determination. However, the process will take time to complete, and clearly the situation cannot be fully resolved before December 31st. I therefore appeal to the government of Iraq to extend this deadline in order to permit adequate time and space for a solution to be found. I also appeal to the leadership and residents of Camp Ashraf to engage constructively and with an open mind to this process. They should give serious considerations to the proposals under discussion. There should be no provocation or violence from their side, nor a challenge to Iraqi sovereignty. Finally, I appeal to the international community to do more to help. A lasting solution cannot be found unless governments step forward and offer to accept Camp Ashraf residents to resettle in their countries. I will be traveling to Brussels today and will emphasize particularly this point. In this context, I also welcome the readiness of the Islamic Republic of Iran to receive those residents of Camp Ashraf who express a desire to voluntarily return to their home country with the assurances that their welfare, security, and safety will be respected. Mr. President, let me say that the situation in Camp Ashraf is a complex one, but that the problems are not insurmountable. A process is underway, and if all concerned act responsibly at this time, it is possible to arrive at a peaceful, durable solution that respects both the safety, security, and welfare of camp residents and Iraq's understandable desire to assert its sovereignty. In conclusion, I would like to thank the members of the Security Council for their continued support. I would also like to express my deepest appreciation for the security support provided to the UN by the government of Iraq and member states contributing troops and police to UNAMI. Finally, I would also like to pay tribute to UN national and international staff who work in Iraq under the most challenging circumstances.